So this is a second example using the quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. So to solve this equation, 2x squared minus 7x minus 3, which is equal to 0, we're going to use the quadratic formula. We first start off by identifying what are the values a, b, and c. A is equals to 2, b is equals to negative 7. Keep in mind the sign that's in front of the number 7, which is a negative, and c is equals to negative 3. So we have our quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So now we're going to substitute these values that we have obtained for the letters a, b, and c into this formula. So doing that now, we have negative times a negative 7 plus or minus the square root of negative 7 squared minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 3, all divided by 2 times a, in this case 2 times 2, which is 4. So the next step is to simplify a little bit further whatever is inside this radical sign. So negative 7 squared, that's negative 7 times 7, which gives you positive 49. 4 times 2, negative 4 times 2, which is a negative 8. Negative 8 times a negative 3, which gives you positive 24. Okay, so we have 49 plus 24 that will be inside the radical sign. So simplify this further. X then is equal to 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 plus 24. Now 49 plus 24 gives you 73. And here you have a positive 7 because a negative times a negative, which gives you positive. So x then is equals to plus or minus the square root of 73 all divided by 4. And this 73 comes from the sum of these two numbers. So the next step then is to find what is the square root of 73, and it gives you 8.5444. We don't want to write all those numbers, so we're going to round it off to one decimal place. So x then is equals to 7 plus or minus the square root of the number 8.5. So 7 plus or minus 8.5 all divided by 4. In this case, we are rounding it off to one decimal place. So here, as I mentioned, here we will have two possible answers because of the plus or minus sign. So then x is equals to 7 minus 8.5 divided by 4. We simplify this. 7 minus 8.5, which gives you negative 1.5 divided by 4, and which is equal to 0.4. And my next possible answer would be 7 plus 8.5 divided by 4, which gives you 15.5 divided by 4. So x then is equals to 3.9. So my two possible answers, my two possible solutions for this quadratic equation will be x is equals to negative 0.4 or x is equals to 3.9. Okay, you must be mindful that whenever you're substituting the signs that is in front of these numbers. So this is solving a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Thank you.